ready to go, get this preseason well and truly underway. Hey guys, how you going? Set it BKR Sport. We are back for another preseason game. Obviously, we were here last night as the Dolphins put an absolute score past the Cowboys, and we saw the Knights they got smacked up by the Eels in that preseason game. So it wasn't a great day for Newcastle fans yesterday. Oh, geez, that just completely went brightness adjusted. But anyway, today, guys, we've got the New Zealand Warriors taking on the Melbourne Storm in Waikato. It is going to be obviously a game that you don't take too heavily. You don't look at it with too much strength behind it because the Storm aren't really playing a great deal of their starting lineup here today. The Warriors are going with a much stronger lineup, but they're also playing a week earlier than the Storm because they are going to Las Vegas. This is their last preseason game. The Warriors played last week against the Sharks, and then today the Sharks played last week against the Warriors, and then the other night against the Raiders. And then the Raiders, they've also obviously already played the Panthers, right? The Panthers get their second preseason game next week. So this is the last game for these guys before they head off to Vegas, which I will obviously be at in now 12 days' time. I'm excited, man. I'm excited. I'll be there in 12 days' time in Vegas. It's going to be a good time. It's going to be a real good time. But look, I would expect the Warriors to win this today based off of their lineup. I would. But again, results don't matter in preseason. I will say this at the start of every single preseason stream. The result does not matter. It does not matter whatsoever. If you are betting and gambling on the preseason, you're a degenerate. I love you, but you need help because the preseason, you don't know what you're going to get. The Knights, for example, were heavy favourites to beat the Eels yesterday, and they got whooped, right? That's the point. You've got to be very careful betting on these preseason games because the players are not playing 80 minutes. They're testing out new systems. And that's why I say, just because you watched the Knights yesterday get whooped and the Cowboys get whooped, look at the Cowboys lineup. Like, if you quickly go back and have a scan of the Cowboys lineup, you can see they played pretty much nobody. Literally pretty much nobody. The Dolphins didn't really either, but it just shows the Dolphins maybe have a few better players going into the future, right? And that's kind of what you got to look at here at the preseason. But for the Warriors, I think that your main emphasis to look at today would just be that you're starting to get a bit of the rhythm going right and you are starting to get rolling, considering that you do play in 2 weeks' time. Like, you are close to playing your first game of the NRL season, whilst the Storm are playing in 3 weeks and nobody here is playing besides a couple of depth players, right? So, yeah, it's interesting, but again, don't focus too heavily on the result. This is over at Waikato in Hamilton, and look, this is a bit of a rivalry, but I don't think the Storm care. The Warriors obviously do this. It's been like an Anzac rivalry for a while now, a very one-sided results-wise Anzac rivalry, but it is a bit of a rivalry, man, so I'm excited to see how it does go. But again, these streams for the preseason are more conversation, previewing the season, discussing what's happening, right? Rather than play-by-play, bang, 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 bang of the commentary like we used to do during the regular season, because the results just aren't about, it's not about the results, man. Hey, tonight, listen, you can care about the result between the Indigenous versus Māori All-Stars game, which we will be live for, obviously. I won't be here for the Rabbitohs Manly games. I've got to fix a few things in the house before I do obviously head off to Fiji on Wednesday. And yeah, look going on. But let's get into the two-team lineups here. So the Warriors ins here today: Chanel Harris-Tavita, Geronimo Doyle, Jackson Ford, Kalani Going, Lika Halasima, Roger Tuivasa-Sheck, and Tom Ali are in, with the outs being Adam Pompey, Charles Newell-Klukstad, Dayon Amituanai, Dallin Watene-Zelezniak, Jacob Laban, James Fisher-Harris, Mitchell Barnett, and Tanner Stowers-Smith. I feel like Fish would have played tonight if it wasn't for the fact that he's playing for the Māori game later on today. But look, there's a couple of players there still that aren't playing based off of one. Dallin Watene-Zelezniak actually, I think, was it fractured his wrist? I don't want to say the wrong thing here. Dallin Watene-Zelezniak suffered major injury below star winger ruled out. Okay, here we go. The Warriors have already suffered. Let you get into the article, please. Could be out to the end of May. Wow, that's a crazy. I didn't even know that. I only found that out just now. That came out 2 days ago. Jeez. Out until potentially the end of May. That's a big blow. You know, he's a good player, Dallin Watene-Zelezniak, so that's why he's not playing today. Fish is obviously playing in the All-Stars game, and look, a couple of players there not playing today, and did play last week, but it is what it is. Again, the Warriors are just testing out a few things going forward. Now, Tamati Martin is the fullback today. He was the 5'8" last week. Tane Tuolpiki and Roger Tuivasa-Sheck are on the wings, with Ali Leotoa and Eddie Jeremiah Toiava as the centres. So Tane last week was the fullback. Tamati last week was the 6. Roger wasn't playing. They've shifted late to Muddy Martin into that fullback spot and then shifted Tane to the wing and then shifted Roger to the other wing as well, to the 5 position. So, interesting. The 5/8 is Chanel Harris-Savita, with the halfback being Luke Metcalf. You go to the front row forwards of Bunty, boom, by the R4, and Jackson Ford with Wade Egan as the captain hooker. Kurt Capewell and Marata Niokore are the back rowers, with Aaron Clark as the 13. Get around, my boy. And then you go to the interchange of Dimitri Vaimauga, Dylan Walker, Leka Halasima, Tom Ali, and the reserves, Edward Cosey, Samuel Healy, Freddie Lussick, Geronimo Doyle, Luke Hanson, Kalani Going, Moala Graham Talfa, Sio Kali, Motu Pasikala, and Jet Cleary, who obviously everyone's looking forward to seeing because he's the brother of Nathan Cleary. But also, please, I do ask people, don't judge Jet Cleary based on his brother. You know, you do see that a lot in sport where brothers, or even when it comes from father to son, Jaden Campbell had to deal with this for a very, very long time, where he would always be compared with his father, Preston Campbell. And now I'm just seeing where everyone's just saying Jet Cleary, Nathan Cleary. And although I just mentioned that, that's so I could bring this point up. Yes, it's his brother, but please let him try and define his own career and build out and develop his own career, rather than just constantly comparing him to one of the greatest players of all time. Nathan Cleary is. I know he isn't. You can't really say it while he's playing, but once he's retired, I believe that he will be. So, you know, I just feel like it's a bit unfair to Jet Cleary, give him expectations of his brother. You know, I just feel like it's a little bit unfair. So I'm looking forward to seeing what he can do to truly try and, you know, master his own career and develop his own path. Now, for the Melbourne Storm, on the other hand, obviously this is their first preseason game. They didn't play last week. Their fullback is Suolauvi Falongo, with the wingers Kane Bradley and Setu 2. Centres Mitchell Jennings and Kobe Williamson, with the 5'8 Tyron Wishart, who's also the captain, and the halfback is Keegan Russell Smith. The props, obviously their new man from the West Tigers, Stefano Utukamanu, and Lazarus Vartlepu is in the other front row position. Bronson Garlick is the hooker, with Joe Chan and Josh Billing in the back row. Angus Hinchley is the lock, with the interchange of Stanley Hewen, Cooper Page-Wilson, Nathaniel Roach, Ben Tolte, and the reserves, Morgan Harper, Jack Goulding. That's not the Morgan Harper, I think, is it? I don't know. You guys will have to let me know in the chat. That's not Morgan Harper that I think, because I know he got... Oh, he might be, because is North Sydney Bears the feeder club of the Storm? I think the North City Bears might be the Storm now. I don't know. No, I don't think so. I'm not too sure. I don't know if that's the same Morgan Harper. Jack Goulding, Hugo Peel, Sully Pole, Vaka Sikaheli, Preston Conn, Liam Williams, Eli Morris, Ioane Louis, and Tuipulotu Katoa. So, yeah, look, the Storm aren't playing really anybody. Tyron Wishart is a part of their team. You can give them that. Fa'alongo should be a part of the team. Has recently re-signed to 2028. Isn't their fullback because a little mama puppy, Ryan Papenhausen is their fullback, but is still an international for Samoa. Is a great player. So those two guys are the real ones that you're looking out for there in regards to who's going to be playing this year. And then Stefano Utukamanu is a big one, just to see how, again, it comes down to his work ethic. It comes down to how he's translated into the Storm system. It'll be good to see. But again, the result doesn't matter. It's just about watching those individual players play to see how they get on 2 weeks out or 3 weeks out for their season, 2 weeks out from the actual season starting. If I think that there's going to be a breakout play here from any of the two teams that isn't really a great deal well known, again, for the Warriors, they're playing quite a strong enough lineup, but yeah, their starting 13 is, it's not, the backline's been shuffled. The backline has been shuffled here, right? I do like Ali Leotau. You're seeing a little bit. I do like Ali Leotau, so hopefully he has a big game. For the Storm on the other end, I'm looking forward to seeing Vaka Sigeli, man. Obviously, he was a part of the Titans development system at Tweed, so I'm pretty certain that's the same Vaka Sigeli. If that's Vaka Sigeli, I do look forward to seeing him come out here today. I actually didn't even know that he went down to the Storm, if that's the same one. But then again, they've got the same name as Morgan Harper there as well. So I really don't know in regards to this depth here for the Storm. But from their starters, I really want to see Tyron Wishart take this next step, because he has been such a phenomenal player in the last couple of years. Like, he really did last year start to really shine as a player and is deserving of a starting spot. But when you've got Jerome Hughes, when you've got Cameron Munster, when you've got, just players littered throughout that team, it's very difficult for him to nail a starting spot. But he is a great 14 and whatnot, and covers well during Origin, all that kind of jazz. So Yeah, I don't know. We'll see how it goes today. Look, if I was to say there's going to be a winner, I would say it should be the Warriors. They've got a stronger lineup out there by a long way than the Storm, but it's the preseason. We don't know Jack. We don't know Jack. We'll see Jack. We don't know Jack, but we'll see Jack. But all right, guys, hit that thumbs up button, subscribe. Let's get to the chat amundos. Let's get to the chat amundos. Davo says, Blaze, you think we will ever see a hooker as good as Cameron Smith? Well, ever's a long time, so yes. Yeah, ever's a long time. You know, you're not you're suggesting, but by saying no, that's really limiting to the potential and the ability of players coming through. Like Cameron Smith was incredible, but I guarantee you at some point no one thought that we'd ever see someone as good as Clive Churchill ever again. And at one point no one thought that we'd ever see someone as good as Wally Lewis ever again. And we have seen players that have mastered the art and have gotten to that stage. So the game is always developing. The game is always growing. So yes, at one stage, it's not going to happen every 2 seconds. You're not going to see it every single different season. But, absolutely, do I see a player eventually being able to play as good as Cameron Smith? Absolutely. PSG is our year G. Warriors? Oof, I don't know. Adam Smart says, yeah, Webster said round 6 earliest, but could be as far out as week 12 for which teams are listening out. That's a long time. Like, at the end of the day, it's a winger, yeah? So you're not too heavily focused on, it's a winger. So Watines Lesniak is a great player, and you do want him playing. Do not get me wrong there. But you can cover for a winger. A winger isn't going to destroy your season. A halfback, that'll destroy your season. A hooker, that'll destroy your season. 5'8", you can probably get around it, but it's still very important. Fullback, depends, really. If you're a fullback of the standards of Tommy Trebojevic, or you're a fullback of, or you're a team that just has lacking depth in the fullback, like Drinkwater goes to the Cowboys and their season would be pretty much done as well. You'd probably look towards, again, not done, but you'd be more inclined to look at it that way. But I think a winger, you should be able to get around. And today you're putting Tane Tuapiki there. He might get a shot this year for the first few weeks while he's out. And Roger Tuivasa-Sheck is obviously on the wing. So, yeah, look, we'll see today how Tane and Roger go. We'll see today how Tane and Roger go on the wings. Hillbilly says, hey, Blaze, Burbo suffers from sibling syndrome also. Nothing wrong with being an average first grader. Oh, yeah, Bez Arstorm. Okay, so then that must be Morgan Harper is the ex-Manly Morgan Harper. Ex-Manly and ex-Parramatta Morgan Harper there. Well, there you go. But yeah, look, I would say Ben Trbojevic, Burbo is Ben Trbojevic for people who don't know. I would say that Ben Trbojevic does suffer a little bit from that. Like I said, JC suffered from it, from Preston Campbell. And I think from the wider NRL audience, probably still suffers from it a bit. And then, yeah, you get Jet Cleary to Nathan Cleary and whatnot. I guess you probably could go back to the Rabbitohs and say, maybe not Tom, but Luke Burgess. Luke Burgess had a lot of expectations and a lot of it must work out. Like, for example, you go to NBA and Michael Jordan, greatest player of all time, his sons weren't that great. And look at LeBron right now. Bronny, he got to the NBA and he is a solid player for, like, not on the level of the NBA, though, right? Like, he can do his thing, but just not get to the NBA. But he got there through his father's name, and I'm not trying to disrespect him by saying this, because I do know he would have worked hard to get there, but everyone, while he was coming up, was expecting him to be the next best thing and to be amazing, right? But it just wasn't to be. And he just was given too many expectations. And it happened with Michael Jordan's sons. It happens in the NRL. It happens in the Premier League. It happens everywhere, right? Like Sergio Aguero's son, right, who used to play for Manchester City. He's got Lionel Messi as like his... He's got Lionel Messi, Diego Maradona, and Sergio Aguero as 3 guys who are direct with his life. So he's going to be completely destroyed by the media and by the fans in regards to the expectations that they'll have for him. But Sergio's his dad. I think Leo Messi is his godfather, and Diego Maradona is his wife's dad, so his father-in-law, or so his grandfather for the child. But all right, Storm come out here onto the field. Warriors about to come out as well. Hillbilly says, recently switched from the Roosters. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I knew that. That's why I got confused. I knew that the Roosters, because I know that Docker Clay was playing as a two-way, so I didn't know that it was this. So they must have switched like this year, didn't they? Anyone be interested in taking Tyrone Wishart off the Storm? Yeah, of course. Of course, teams would be wishing that they could have Tyrone Wishart. You know, a team like that could need him would be the Gold Coast Titans. They could definitely look towards him, but I just don't know if that's going to be the case. I don't think that that's necessarily an option. I don't know what his contract is like, and maybe he might be kind of aiming towards staying with like when you're at the Melbourne Storm and you think you're going to win a premiership this year, and you think you can win a premiership every single year with Melbourne Storm. I guess if you're getting good money, enjoying playing footy, regardless whether you're starting or whether you're in year 14, if you want to take that next step up, then sure, but you're taking a risk because then you might go to a team that you don't play necessarily well alongside those players, right? And the team isn't exactly successful in the past and doesn't necessarily have a successful belief in the future, right? So it's a risk leaving the Melbourne Storm to go to anywhere, literally anywhere, besides maybe the Roosters, you know, or like those big time teams. There are a lot of teams where you can actually take a massive step backwards, take a massive step backwards, and that's what we're waiting to see in regards to Jerome Luai from the Panthers to the Tigers. But all right, the game is about to kick off here. Oh, we got Ziggy, the man. Ziggy's a nice guy, bro. Ziggy's a nice guy. I've met Ziggy. He's a good bloke. So the Warriors will kick it off, and it will be the Storm starting from inside their own 10. Tommy says, I'll be going to Titans vs Knights instead of Super Stadium in round 3. Well, enjoy that one, Tommy. Leo says, G'day, BKR. I picked the Wires 13 plus, 9 to 10 tries total. Why? Why? But yeah, like, yes, I can see it. I can see it with the lineup that they've put out comparatively to the Melbourne Storm. But why the? Please tell me you didn't bet on 9 to 10 tries total. Could that happen? Sure, but that's a very niche bet to be making in the preseason, let alone in the regular season. It's still a pretty niche bet. Oh, a nice run there by Tyrone Wishart. He'll get this ball here to the 50, and it's 4th tackle now for the Warriors. Oh, I've got to refresh this score down here. Refresh this one. Don't forget, guys, I will be live for the Indigenous versus Māori game, but I will not be live for Rabbitohs Manly because I've got a bit going on at the moment in regards to moving out of where I am. So it will be the Warriors who grab this ball now at the 10, and it's going to be Tamati Martin who is playing in that fullback role. He brings it out to the 20. Mitchell says, thanks for the preseason prediction. I don't know what I would have done if I didn't get it. Was robbed already, Taz, mate? Oh, man, please don't encourage them early. Please don't encourage Warriors fans early with the robberies and all that kind of jazz, because we will have to hear it this year. And it's like every team does it, but they're full on with it. 3rd tackle here for New Zealand at the 33. Wade Egan. He'll pass it out to... Is that... Hold on 1 second. Is he playing today? I think it's Jackson Ford, isn't it? No, who was that? Yeah, it was Jackson Ford. I was right. He was playing on edge because he's put in the front row there. So anyway, that was interesting. That's what it says. Is it me or does the audio sound weird? Does it? Does the audio sound weird? Let me know in the chat for everybody else. I think there's a mistake here. So I got. Does it sound weird? Similarly, made his New South Wales Cup. It's different to yesterday, as in like it's different to yesterday and stuff. Oh, is that better? As in, so it's different to what it normally is. Gee whiz, this microphone's playing a whole different ball game. Audio coming through a computer mic, is it? Oh, hold on, properties. Is this working better? Is that better? It might have been coming through a different microphone. It might have been coming through the computer microphone. But just let me know if that fixed it. 2nd tackle now for the Warriors, and okay. So it was coming through the computer microphone and wasn't coming through the headset microphone. Woo! You guys asked for it. Warriors will score as well. Tain to Alpiki down the wing. Tain to Alpiki will score immediately. Try time to the Warriors. Is 4-0 here with the kick to come. 4-0 with a kick to come. Nice play there from the Warriors. I was trying to fix this, trying to fix everything in regards to the audio that I didn't even get to really see the play. But Tain to Alpiki will score on the wing. Bing bong ding dong. Mate, your studio background is different. Liked your old setup better. Well, yeah, that's because I had a green screen, but I'm moving. I'm going international, mate. I'm going, buddy. I'm flying, son. I'm flying. So this is what it is now, man. I'm not taking the green screen with me overseas. I'll be in Vegas in 2 weeks, and then I'll be in Hawaii, and I'm just not taking the green screen around with me everywhere. So unfortunately, you just have to get used to this one, man. But, you know, it is what it is.
Lagan Borsak says that was a bit of a weak woo. I'm gonna be honest. No, I think it's probably because this mic doesn't get as loud as the other one. Good. He stays in. Yeah, he stays in. That's a good put down from Tuapiki too. Hey, listen, maybe they do put him onto the wing this year, considering that Watini Lesniak is injured for a couple of weeks. As in, like, potentially 6 to 12. Adam Smart, is that Big Ken on the bench for the Titans tomorrow? Yeah, Ken Mamalo is on the bench for the Titans tomorrow. Titans have put out a pretty strong Titans lineup. Like, again, I would... Look at that lineup. The Titans have no excuses not to win that game and win that game well. The Broncos haven't put out a strong lineup at all. Again, like, I don't care about the result. I want to see the boys just put in a performance and play well. But with the lineups that are put out there, the Titans really have no... Like, we've beaten the Broncos 3 times in a row with their full-strength squad, so I don't even know why we wouldn't be able to win that game tomorrow. But, you know, we'll see. I'll be live for it. I will be live for it. Last time RTS was a full-time winger, he was a top 5 winger carving up for the Roosters. That was over a decade ago. So 6-0 for the Warriors, 4.5 minutes gone here in the first half. Jay just says, can you put the game on? Why don't you have a think about why you are trying to illegally stream a game? Do you think that if you are trying to illegally stream a game that I can illegally put it on the screen for you? Is that what you think? Is that what you're thinking? You're thinking this. Is this what you're thinking? You sit back and you think, I'm going to illegally stream a game and not pay for a KO or something like that, which is only like $25 for a month. Instead of doing that, I'm going to try and illegally stream it, and hopefully on YouTube we're going to see someone illegally streaming it too. Don't know. So second tackle now for the Warriors, and they're going to get this ball to the 20. Keen to see Cooper Byer play. Have you heard much about Alan Fitzgibbon? Bro, last night, the chat here will tell you, third tackle here for the Warriors. The last night was ridiculous with this Alan Fitzgibbon nonsense. Alan Fitzgibbon, everyone, it was mainly Jag94 with his Dragons nonsense. He kept referring to Alan Fitzgibbon about this 1920s, Craig Fitzgibbon stat, and I'm like, bro, it's not Craig Fitzgibbon stat. He just wouldn't move on. He just wouldn't stop. I have no idea about Alan Fitzgibbon. I don't know, bro. Alan was a hot topic last night. Alan! Warriors kick it down. It'll be the Melbourne Storm. We pick it up here at the 15. JJ, get a job. Oh, dear. Oh, man, Jag is still here this year. Yeah, Jag was in good form last night, Skunkle. It was in great form. It was in fantastic form. He just wouldn't let the Alan Fitzgibbon thing go, bro. All right, so third tackle now. Third tackle, there you go. Skunkle just dropped the link for you. Third tackle, and they spread out to the right-hand side. And the Storm with the ball at the 45. Fourth tackle. It's a great start there for the Warriors, though. They do need to get off to a hot start. However, they did start off quite well last week. Weren't they up against the Sharks pretty early? Which is kind of what they did throughout the season last year. They would get hot early and then kind of fall it. All right, so 12-12. It was... Okay, no, Sharks scored like basically immediately, and then the Warriors scored twice before the 55th minute, and then Hohepa Paru with 6 minutes to go won the game. Or not won the game, tied the game, sorry. Second tackle now for the Warriors. Luke Metcalf to pick this ball up. Tamani Martin has had a pretty solid impact so far. Not Tamani Martin, Tane Tuapiki. And Tane's a good player. Obviously came through the Gold Coast developmental system and now is over at the Warriors. Has played well when Chance isn't there or when they have needed him to play in the fullback position. Now they need him to play in the wing position. He was originally meant to, that's a high tackle on Roger Tuivasa-Sheck, so it's going to be a penalty here to the Warriors. So Tane Tuapiki was meant to play fullback tonight, but then because we've seen the injury to Watini Lesniak, they need to find a winger. So I'm assuming that based on the fact that they're going to have Chance as their fullback this year, I would assume that they're going to be placing Tane Tuapiki potentially on the wing. But Warriors fans in the chat, please let me know if I'm wrong. Camp Buddy says, couldn't watch the streams yesterday. Can we get a quick rip to the Cowboys? Heard it was a massacre. Oh, it was a massacre, son. It was an absolute massacre. But the Cowboys played next to nobody in that game. Next to nobody. First tackle here for the Warriors. Wade Egan's going to give it to Jackson Ford, and he's going to be 24 metres out. Second tackle. Jackson Ford's a tough worker, man. He's had the ball a couple times already. He's just running the ball hard. Luke Metcalf flicks it underneath. Oh, geez, that was a mess. That was a mess, and now they'll be 20 metres out. There's only one S installment. It's right at the start, not at the end. Fourth tackle now for the Warriors, and they're going to be 10 out from the line. 8 minutes gone here. Can they go to a quick 10-0 start? Stefano Tucumano win that tackle there. Wade Egan to Luke Metcalf. Good ball movement, but good defense from the Storm. And it will be Tamati Martin taken down 5 meters out. Fit tackle. I want to see this ball movement. The Knights had good ball movement. It's just awful in the end. And good catch. Good catch. Marty Kiwi says go the blue and gold. Are we talking Titans or are we talking Eels? I would say that the Titans are more blue and yellow rather than... No, I'd say... I would probably say... Would you guys say that the Eels are more blue and yellow or blue and gold? You can only have one. How hard is it to read they are the Storm? I feel like some people think that I care more about it than I let it... Like, they think I actually genuinely care about this Storms thing. Like, it's just a running joke in the channel that we have. So I feel like people come and do it just because they're like, I'm going to piss him off. And it's like... It's just... a joke, bro. But it is also just named Storm. There is no S at the end of it. Eels yellow, Titans gold. Yeah, I would probably agree with that. But then again, you go to the yellow beaches of the Gold Coast. You wouldn't say the gold beaches of the Gold Coast, you know? It's a good question because they're similar colours. Obviously, it is a different shade of blue though. Like the blue for the Titans is a darker blue than the Eels. They flip this ball off. Luke Metcalf gives it to Marata Niakore, and he'll be 45 minutes out of the line. So Luke Jones is a step, bloody bastard. How dare you, Daz? Don't start that shit again. 4 tackle for the Warriors at the 30. They are with all the ball right now. Titans hold Titan sword thing would make it gold. As I'm saying, but blue and gold never fold or some shit is the Eels slogan. And it's like, I would probably say, yeah, it would make more sense for the Titans to do it. Fit tackle here at the 15, but then again, a lot of what we do don't make sense. They spread it out left-hand side. Roger Tuivasa-Sheck to time. Roger breaks over for a try to make it 10-0 here with a kick to come, and both wingers have scored early here. Both the wingers have scored early. You've got Roger on. Someone just commented on my BKRtravel feed, bar one. Bar one's the nightclub in Nenny. But 10-0 here. Roger Tuivasa-Sheck will score near enough to the post. Very short side play here. Interesting that they kind of went down that way. Tamati Martin gets it to the number 4 here for the Warriors, which is Eddie Jeremiah Tuava. And then Tuava gets the ball outside to Roger. So off to a good start here, the Wires. Marty says, what would you say? Titans are navy, dark blue? Or I'd say dark blue. I'd say navy blue. Like when you look at the colouring that I do on the thumbnails and whatnot, I will more often than not put Titans as like a navy blue. And when we do a stream this year for Titans Eels, I would say the Eels are more, lighter blue. Like it's a different kind of blue for the Eels. Like you look at their logos. To be fair though, like on their recent logos, they have been making their blue darker, which is a little bit bullshit. Like if you go and look at the Parramatta Eels logo on the parrateels.com.au, it is quite darker than the one that has it on Wikipedia, which is really light blue. So it's quite interesting. The one on Wikipedia is the older one, which is way lighter. And now the one on the Eels website is quite dark. But then you look at the Titans, and the Titans is more of a navy blue for sure. Especially the new logo. But there you go. 12-0 here. The Warriors, they get the kick. 12-0. They're off to a good start. Well, it just sounds ingenuous to say blue and gold, Eels never fold. I agree. I agree. The Titans logo is navy. That's what I'm saying. It's dark blue. I would say that the Titans is definitely a darker blue, but I don't think there's a question mark in regards to the colour of the blue for the Titans and the Eels. I think they're very different. I just feel like it's a question mark in regards to the yellow and the gold. Because it's like you can't say two teams are blue and gold, but you can say one team's blue and yellow, and you can say one team's blue and gold. So that's where I'm kind of trying to figure out what would say there. Dallin World says, how do you feel for Tamati Martin playing fullback for today's game? Well, I think he's just kind of covering, because is Chance playing tonight in the Māori game? I think Chance is playing tonight, isn't he? I'll have a look. All-Stars... No, he's not. Oh, no, he is. He's the 5'8" tonight. Yeah. So that's the reason. Like, Tamati Martin won't be the fullback this season. Chance is the guy. And it's giving them an opportunity to test him out there if they need a little bit of depth, even though they've got Tane Tuapiki. But they also need Tane to provide depth on that wing, considering the injury to Watine Zelezniak. 4 tackle for the Warriors at 35. So, and then you're able to give the opportunity to Channel Harris, Tavita, and Luke Metcalf to see how they go today. So, ooh. That's a good kick there from the Warriors. Is that a 40-20? They just get a 40-20. Warriors are all over the Storm here. But again, this was to be expected. With the two team lineups, this was to be expected. Did I read somewhere Bellamy's not here for this game? He wouldn't give a shit, bro. Yeah, it is a 40-20. It's a great kick. He wouldn't care, bro. He just wouldn't. I just don't feel like he. Well, if he might be there, but let me go through this set here, and then I'll discuss that. First tackle now, 11 metres out from the line. Wade Egan with the ball. He's going to spread it to the left-hand side. Big bunty R4. 5 metres out here from the line. Second tackle. And that was broken down. Wade Egan, that wasn't a great play. And they'll just have to run this back with Ezra Clark. Go, Ez, you big, beautiful man. The big Ez. We love him. Still got 8 metres out of that. Over the top, right-hand side. Should have let that go there to Monty Martin. Should have let that... Oh! Still might work out. No, passed it to the Storm. That unfortunately broke down from Wade Egan earlier on. But that right-hand flank just then to Monty Martin should have let that go to the winger, to be fair. Team Let's Say is here. Yeah, I don't know. But also, I don't think he would really care too much. Dallin, well, to answer your question, I feel like Tamati Martin's just kind of covering there because Chance isn't there, and also they're putting Tane Torpik onto a wing because that's probably what he's going to play, considering that Dallin is out. So otherwise, I don't feel like Tamati Martin will be there. Also, they want to test out Harris Avita and Luke Metcalf, which has been fine so far. Just blame it on Milford. There's also that option. I can't confirm whether Craig Bellamy's at this game or not. We'll have to see. 70% possession to the Warriors so far, 30% to the Storm. That is a drastic amount in the first 14 minutes here. And that's going to be a knock-on from the Storm, so we're going to get even more possession now for the Warriors. Even more possession. 70%, let's make that 72, 73, because another mistake there from the Storm. The para-yellow represents the urine-soaked streaks. Hillbilly, that's a Manly fan for you guys. Yep, the old Parramatta and Manly rivalry. Do you guys, I ask you, as a Manly fan, do you still have that same animosity towards the Eels? I feel like right now, the only animosity rivalries in the game would be like on a real solid animosity level would be obviously Rabbitohs Roosters, but it's not as strengthy as it has been. It's just based on the history of it all, right? Second tackle now for Bunty, and then 6 again. Let's go through this and then we'll get back to that. So 6 again, first tackle, 10 metres out here. Luke Metcalf gives it off. Here's a good play. Here's a good play. That's not a good play. Wow, how'd they keep that ball in just then? And why does number 27 look like Reece Welsh? And it's a knock-on Storm, so 6 again. Who's this 27 for the Warriors? 27, Steve Carley. He looks nothing like Reece Welsh. Well, who was it then? Whoever it was just looked like Reece Welsh, buddy, flying down that left-hand side. Oh, 22. Oh, is that Chanel? Is it Chanel, is it? I think it is. Yeah, it is. It is Chanel. From a distance, it kind of looked like Reece's then. Tamati Martin, easy play. Try time for Tane Tuapiki on the wing. Good stuff there for the Wars. It's 16-0 with a kick to come. With a kick to come. So 16-0. Tane Tuapiki with a double already. I think that he's definitely an option there to put on the wing for Witteen Selesniak. You know, you've had 3 wingers, well 2 wingers, but 3 tries scored between 2 wingers in Roger once and Tane twice. You're one of the only Titans fan that I know other than me. Well, I'm here. I'll be here tomorrow, mate, so get ready. Don't put your feet up because we go to war tomorrow, son. We go to war tomorrow. Have you seen the new jerseys change? I bought one a month ago and now there's a new sponsor on the sleeve. I was really shitty. Hey, listen, you're fair enough to be shitty, man, but that's the game, unfortunately. Team Let's Say he is here. Macapaka says, man, I'm looking forward to seeing Tino back for the Titans this year. He's one of the most entertaining players to watch. Yeah, Tino is a fantastic player to watch. And Tino is a very hard worker and he's an emotional character as well behind the scenes. So, you know, you really do want to see the best for him. And it's hard to come back from an injury of that. And especially, as someone pointed out last night, and I don't think this will be a factor, but sorry we missed your wedding, Rebecca and Clint. But, oh, true. What, for the preseason? You missed a wedding for the preseason game in Waikato? Fair, bro. What was I saying? In regards to Tino, Yeah, look, someone pointed out last night, his first game back is against the Dogs at Belmore, which is where he injured himself last year, like a whole year ago, because it was round 3, I think, against the Dogs, hit the post and in, so it was 18-0 hit of the Warriors. I think it was round 3. Yeah, because we had a bye, didn't we, Sam? We had bye, and then we had the Dragons at home, and then I think we had Bulldogs away. No, we didn't start the season off with a bye. Did we have No, we didn't. Who did we play first round last year? We might have played the Dragons first round, and then... Was it round 2? NRL Premiership, 2024. Titans. Oh, yeah, okay, there you go. Dragons first at home, and then it was the bye, and then it was the game at Belmore. So it's only off by 1 round, because instead the Titans this year will be taking on the Bulldogs in round 2 rather than round 3. Jeez, God help me for that stream, bro. That stream's going to be brutal. But yeah, looking forward to Tanner coming back, man. Every year, Storm always slow off the mark, always. Spider-Man, it's a preseason game. Who cares? You know what I'm saying? Like, don't look at this game. Look at the first 5 to 7 games. And even then, with the Storm, they've got so much track record that you don't even need to... That's a good run there from Ez Clark. Oh, he's a beautiful man. Look at him go. He's just got an extra 8 post-contact meters. Unbelievable, Ez. Unbelievable. Good to see him back home, but, you know, I loved him at the Gold Coast, but he's good to see him back home. Near Corian out of the 44 tackle. Point out it is pre-season, man. The Storm aren't playing anybody. There's no Munster, there's no Little Mulliman Puppy, there's no Jerome Hughes, there's no Harry Grant. Shit. You just go through the list and there's no one there besides like Suafailongo and Tyron Wishart, right? So, and Stefano took command, but there's no guarantee. Warriors get the ball, and it's going to be a double for both the wingers. Roger Tuivasa-Sheck off the kick. The Storm drop it, and it's going to be a double for both their wingers. Roger, Tane. Bing bong. Bing bong. Skunkle says, yeah, only Titans fan here is BKR. Don't you forget it, Skunkle. Jack O'Neill says, blocker featuring in 3 out of 4 preseason games so far has me feeling a certain type of way. So the beautiful thing, Jack, so that's a knock-on there from the number 5 there for the Storm. Not great, that one. Let me just get his name first and then continue with that comment. So the number 5 here for the Storm is Setu 2. He dropped the ball. I feel like he played for the Wires. I could be wrong. But it might have been in the development or whatever. But anyway, I don't have to listen to blocker. So I can't actually hear the game. Because I'm still connecting with this and I'm still transitioning from this computer to that computer and working out a few things on how to play the KO whilst the stream is on because I don't know about the processing, but we'll see. I don't have to listen to blocker. So it's good. It's beautiful. It's actually really stunning. It's serene. It's actually really blissful. Like I sit back and I think, wow, my life is amazing. I get to watch rugby league and not listen to Blocker Roach. It's a beautiful thing. It really is. It's a beautiful thing. But 22-0 here with a kick to come to the Warriors from the sideline. 20 minutes to go here of the first half. Hit that thumbs up button and subscribe. And don't forget, if you like travel content, BKRtravel in the pinned comment. We're getting super close now to 1,000 subscribers over there. So appreciate all the support as well. And Metcalf will miss the kick. So it will stay 22-0 with 20 to go. Hillbilly says, definitely lingering animosity towards the Eels, but Storm has passed them as enemy number 1. Oh no, I've said this for a long time. Storm Manly is my favourite rivalry. Outside of the Titans Broncos, Storm Manly is my favourite rivalry. And I feel like Titans Dolphins can eventually get up there, but not in that kind of calibre. But Storm Manly, outside of my team, that's my favourite rivalry. Paul says, hey mate, after a dismal last year for the Warriors, we will take what we can get regardless of preseason. No, absolutely. You still take the win, man. If it's more about if you win, you're happy, just don't get too ahead of yourselves. But if you lose, it's like, don't think it means absolutely nothing in regards to the individuals playing, but also don't care about the fact that you lost. So there's multiple ways to look at it, but you know, you still have to care about how individual players lost the game and made mistakes in said game because they are the development coming through, but you don't give a shit about the result because it doesn't actually mean anything when it comes to the regular season when you've got all your starters out there. And then when you win, it's like, you know, don't go too ahead of yourself and think you're going to win the comp like we see with Dolphins fans after last night, but then, you know, also take into account that it is a good performance that you should be happy with. Wade Egan with a great run here. He had the man on the left-hand side, but he thought to right. Gee whiz. Leo Francis says, mate, I lost money on both games, never betting again on preseason games. Yeah, I know. Yeah, I don't know why you would bet on the Cowboys though. They had no players in their lineup. Knights, I probably would have I did predict the Knights instead of the Eels, but Dolphins, I would have expected the 13 pluser, and they did. Cowboys didn't play anybody. You got to look at team list. I'd argue not hearing Blocker is a bigger flex than Penrith winning 4 in a row. I think it's actually a bigger flex than Queensland winning 8 in a row and Penrith winning 4 in a row. I think it's the biggest flex that there possibly could be. When we're talking flexes, that's at the peak. That's the highest of the high. 4 tackle here at the 40 now for the Storm. NBA All-Star games have me tripping out. Yeah, I watched a little bit of the celebrity one before. It's good to see Matas has been brought into the Rising All-Star game. Rising Stars, because Eve Missy is it the Pelicans? He's out with an injury. That's not a good kick, and it will be a 7 tackle set coming up for the Warriors unless Roger touched that. Did Roger touch that? No, I don't think so. So it's going to be a 7 tackle set here for the Warriors at the 20. Homie NRL says, rule number 1 of the preseason challenge, never bet on preseason games. Now that's a comment. I wonder if I've ever said that before. Chris Charlton says, when we were both successful, I think the Storm-Manly rivalry was peak, but they've been dire for a decade, so there's not as much hype anymore. Love beating them, though. Your comment right there still shows the salty nature of the rivalry. That comment, I can see through that comment. I get what you're saying, but also, Manly still have a pretty good record against the Storm lately, don't they? I know they beat them last year at least once. I don't know if they beat them twice. I feel like Manly get up for the Storm games, though. Even when they are bad, I feel like they still get up for them, don't they? 3rd tackle here. That was weird. They just showed a highlight of something in the middle of the set. 4th tackle now for the Warriors, and they're 35 metres out. I get where you're coming from, but it's like Broncos-Cowboys has definitely died down. That was heated for a bit there. That was amazing. In those mid-2010s, Broncos-Cowboys was phenomenal. Left-hand side to Marty Martin. To Roger to Sheck. Sets back onto the inside. And he'll be taken down 25 metres out now from the line. 5th tackle. Marty Martin passes it off to Luke Metcalf. He puts the kick with the left boot. And drop backwards. Warriors. It's going to be Storm picked up in the in goal. Bizzel's about to play now. Oh, about to play right now. Well, there you go. Fire it up. Fire it up, son. Let me know how it goes if you are watching that. Jack O'Neill says, have you addressed the 4 at 14 chat yet? I'm kind of leaving most of the Titan stuff for tomorrow, but also there's a big announcement I'm going to make on Monday, so you'll see an announcement video on Monday. Have the notification bell on. Oh, good tackle here from the Warriors. Nearly took it back in goal. Harris Tavita with a good hit back there. Come on, Storm. You're not that bad. Spider-Maker's preseason. They've got no one playing. Marty says, I hope we smoke the Broncos tomorrow. Pretty hopeful. It's a preseason. I want to win, but I don't care. If we lose, we lose. It's more about seeing the individuals playing together. But we would be expected to win based on our lineup compared to theirs. We've beaten them 3 times in a row in the regular season. When it comes to the regular season, we lose that, I'll be upset. If we lose a preseason game, couldn't kill us. Eldan Walker says, I'm actually shocked that the Storm are down 22 points. You shouldn't be if you looked at the team lineups. I can understand it if you didn't look at the team lineups. And I can understand it if you weren't looking at the preseason. But it is preseason, and their lineup, they don't have anybody besides Fa'alongo and Tyron Wishart. It is literally just a youth and development team. Completely youth and development team. So 3rd tackle now for the Warriors. And Warriors play in 2 weeks. Storm play in 3 weeks for this first game of the season. So that's why the Warriors are playing a more strengthy lineup now than the Storm. And some teams just don't, care too much the preseason at all. Near Corey, 13 metres out. Look at the Roosters. They don't even care about the first 5 rounds of the season. Tamati Martin, short ball. Try time for the Warriors. And it's the first time we've seen a player that's not named Tainto Opeki or Roger Tuivasa-Sheck score. And it's Ali Leotawa, who I did point out to you before the game started that I'm looking forward to him playing. I think he's a good player. And it's 26-0 with a kit to come. Rugby League is back. Sebastian Grubber says, get around your son. Super League kicking off in England and preseason games in the NRL. Yes, but your season kicked off with a 1-0 win. What on earth was this? What do you mean? Aguero with 34 months member. Appreciate you've been a member for 34 months, man. Says, read this comment. No, but I appreciate you for being a member for 34 months. Jack O'Neill says, anyone in particular you're keen to see tomorrow? Any young fellas to chuck in my Supercoach Black Book or anything like that? I'd have to go have a look. Ali Leotawa is the one who scored. Let me go to the team lineup for tomorrow. I feel like you pretty much know who the Titans are going to go with this year in regards to starting lineup outside of the halves and whatnot. Obviously, Skunkle here is going to tell you about his boyfriend, Tony Francis. And then, like, a player that you don't know that should be amazing is Zane Harrison, who's playing tomorrow. So watch him, but he's not going to... I don't think that he plays halfback at very minimum until the back end of this year, if not next year. And that's if he plays next year. But Zane Harrison is a big-time player, man. He's won pretty much everything for PBC and has been winning massive things as a youngster. So Zane Harrison is the one that I'm looking forward to most, and I think the entire club is looking forward to most. He'll miss the kick, so it'll stay 26-0 with 13.5 minutes to go. First half. Wow, Cowboys did so well against the Dolphins last night, right? Yeah, Ben, you know what? Chat, don't reply to this. Ben, what were your thoughts on the Cowboys last night? What was your favourite part about how they played? Are you now thinking that you're a bottom 4 team after last night? Hillbilly says, good record at Brookie, terrible in Melbourne. The constant replays from the Battle of Brookie stoke the fires every year, even though Storm have been way stronger for 10 years. Yeah, Storm have been way stronger for 10 years. But, yeah, look, the peak of the Melbourne Storm versus Manly rivalry would have been, around the Battle of Brookvale, back in, 2011, 2012 kind of deal. Peak of the Broncos Cowboys was in the 2010s, around the 2015, 16, 17 time frame. There's not really... Like, the Panthers and Raiders have a weird thing going right now, but it's just a weird thing, yeah. Bulldogs and Eels probably is still top 3, top 4. It's definitely top 5, but top 3. I would argue that you could argue it's probably 4th. I'd probably say it's 4th because you got Roosters, Rabbits, and then you've got here's the left-hand side down. No, they'll be taken down at 30. 4 tackle. You've got Roosters, Rabbits first, and then you've got Melbourne, Manly, and then I'd still probably put Broncos, Cowboys, but I would say more so... Actually, you know what? I'd probably put Bulldogs, Eels above Broncos, Cowboys. Hallelujah Tower, good run! Double. Everyone's getting doubles today. You get a double, and you get a double. Tane 12 Piggy with a double. Rodder 2 of us Shaq with a double, and Hallelujah Tower with a double. There you go. It's 30-0 with a kick to come. 30-0 to a kick to come. A 50 bomb is on the way. It's on way, son. Jack O'Neill says, how many 12-year-olds with Broncos logo profile pictures do you expect DMs from tomorrow to preseason game? Oh, there's already been some clown over on TJC's channel talking about how he's going to roast me if the Broncos win. And I just but I couldn't care less. I just couldn't care less, man. You do your thing, man. You do your thing, bro. If it's after a regular season game, sure, but the TV broadcasting rights for the NRL doing preseason is just, there's so many positives, but there's also so many negatives. Because you'll get people watching this game who'll go, the Storm are going to miss the 8 now. The Storm are done. You're going to see people saying, wow, the Warriors? Top 4 again. They're firing, they might win the comp this year. The Warriors have a lot of issues this year. Could they be better? Sure. But top 4? Absolutely not. So this game is, because it's being so much more publicised now and you're able to actually watch it comparatively to a few years back, this is setting up a precedent that the Storm are bad and the Warriors are very good, when unfortunately this just isn't the case. The Storm are going to be a team that is probably going to be favourites to win the comp this year, and the Warriors aren't going to be favourites to make the 8, but yet you're going to see a whole change of dynamic with the fans of both those teams, mainly the Warriors, not so much the Storm, but I guess the Kicks were 32-0, who will look at this game as gospel. People just do it. They do it. And sure, have a bit of hope. Back in your team and have a bit of hope. But you got to be real about it as well. 10 minutes to go here of the first half. 10 minutes to go. Hit that like button and subscribe. It's 32-0 to the Waz. JP Leos has broken the Warriors. Break a 16-game losing streak. They're not on a 16-game losing streak. No way. No, they're not. 16 games? What? There is absolutely zero chance that's true. I think you're off your rocker. 16 games. Also, this is a preseason game, so they won the last game of the season last year, 30-28 against the Sharks. What? What are you talking about? Can the Warriors break a 16-game losing streak? I don't know what you're talking about. 10 minutes to go here, the first half. Sebastian Grammer says, I couldn't believe it, mate. All the Premier League games had more points scored than the Super League opener. Yeah, absolutely wild way to start off, man. Wild way to start off in not the greatest terms. Was it at least a good game, though? I didn't watch it. Unless you're talking about the Golden State Warriors, and it's like, my mind's not on NBA right this very second, but if you're talking about the Golden State Warriors, then they're also not on a 16-game losing streak, because they beat the Bulls just a few days ago. So who are we talking about here? Scuggle says, I hope the Cowboys take that form into the normal season. I don't have a rivalry with the Cowboys, man. I think they'll be still fine this year. I can't believe Dane had them in top 4. Like, I thought that was outrageous, but, that's his opinion. I would have Cowboys anywhere from, 6 through 10. But then again, you're going to say that about a lot of teams, really. Panthers and Raiders would be a banger rivalry if we were good. Yeah, but the Raiders, when they're good, still don't have like a large, mouthy fan base, right? Roosters do, Rabbitohs do, Broncos do, Warriors do. That's going to be a knock on there about. No, it's a penalty. It's a penalty here to the Storm, and that is Morgan Harper. I was right. Penalty to the Storm here. 9 to go of the first half. You need a mouthy fan base to make the rivalry hot. It's like with the Broncos Cowboys, they've got predominantly all of Queensland, right? So that's what makes it a really hot, mouthy rivalry. The same thing goes with Rabbitohs Roosters. Storm is just based on success. It's not based off of the fans. It's based off of their success and the players. The Manly Storm rivalry is based off of the players and the success rather than the fans, is what I would say. But I think what they're saying is about the Storm having a 16-game win streak against the Warriors, but that's during the regular season because the Warriors won in 2022 preseason. Oh, yeah, no. Okay, if that's the case, then sure. But no, then it's a preseason game. This doesn't count. It doesn't count. Oh, big hit there by the number 16 there for the Warriors. And also, if you're asking me if I think they'll win this game, I think they win this game by 50. But that doesn't. It's not breaking a winning streak. This is a preseason game. Clarkie's latter prediction was the ultimate hot take prediction. Yeah, I reckon he did a few of them just to take the piss. Fit tackle now. I think he's been honest about where he thinks the Titans will come, though. Maybe a little bit encouraging, but it's a knock-on from the Storm. Time Wishart. So Warriors balling out to 15. Who do you think has the biggest PvP rivalry? Are you saying like pound? Are you saying like pound for pound? PvP? What's PvP? Are you trying to say pound for pound? Oh no, Spider-Man, you're going to get timed out, mate. You made a mistake. There's only one S in the Storm. There really is. Jack O'Neill says, you make a valid point. Our fans of 45-year-olds posting memes on Facebook probably doesn't quite stoke the fire the same way other fan bases do. Mate, I'll tell you, I enjoy going down to Canberra every year, even though we lose there quite regularly. Controversially, last 2 years, both of the last 2 years for Feeder, no try, and then also the fact that we should have a penalty from right in front in extra time. Anyway, avoiding that, I deal with a lot of opposition fan bases, and I can tell you right now that comment you just said is spot on in regards to the 45-year-olds. It's just a really weird setup where I don't feel like there's many young people in Canberra. Is there? You'd know this better than me. I just don't feel like that because I don't see many young people at Canberra Raiders games when I'm there anyway. So it's more so the older crowd, and of course I'm going to feel like that with Canberra being like that political area, and it's going to be out in the fall there. But I just don't see it being a young crowd. Like even when I was out late at night, walking around like the clubbing district and whatnot, I didn't go clubbing, but I was around that district. I just didn't see that many young people. Brendan says, "Who do you think has I don't know what PvP. A player versus player, the biggest player versus player rivalry. Well, it would have been like Trell and Joe Manu before, but now it's not. It's in regards to like hatred between the two. Shit, I don't think we really have any at the moment. I don't really think we. Oh, Spencer Lenny, Ezra Man. That's the easy answer. That's the only one that I can think of that would actually have genuine bite behind it. Second tackle now at the 42. Halftime 32-0. Not necessarily. There's still 6 minutes to go. It's third tackle now for the Storm at the 35. Ibrahim said, I know this is Melbourne Storm's reserve grade team, but the score just looks weird. It does look weird, but that's the preseason for you. You see weird results. For example, the Dolphins winning by 50 yesterday is a weird result against the Cowboys. All right, Tyron Wishart. Wishart now will get taken down. Oh, he's lost the ball. He's lost that ball. Yep, that's a knock on. So knock on, not a Canberra local, Jack says, but very much families and their kids. I was probably the most boisterous person there and didn't have much support. Most of the locals moved away from me in that Titans game. Yeah, that one, I can only really remember. Skunky, you probably remember this guy too. Like, in that corner where we sit, there was one guy apparently going off his rocker at me. I have absolutely no idea. I didn't even acknowledge it. Didn't even know it was happening. Didn't even know it was happening. They told me afterwards that he was apparently hurling abuse at me. It's a really weird crowd in Canberra because, like, and again, this isn't me trying to disrespect the Raiders, but we out-chanted the living shit out of that stadium when we were there. Like, we got good noise throughout that entire game as a fan base that doesn't really have fans, you know. Wonder who's going to organise that for them now, because it was realistically me organising away fans for the Titans at games. It really was, and getting them noise and whatnot. So I wonder how they're going to do that now. But yeah, the Raiders, I don't know what it is. They just don't have it's nowhere near loud enough. Number 16 here for the Warriors. Good run to the 32. Number 16, what's his name? Big boy. Big bopper. I just feel like it's an older area, man. Number 16 is Nathaniel Roche. And there's going to be a mistake from the Warriors. So it's going to be... Oh, no, it's going to be a mistake from the Storm. Lomax and Talau. I can't get involved in a conversation about Lomax. Andrew Fafita and Junior Refs. Oh, my gosh, Daz. Ibrahim says, I was going to say something about it as a man, but I don't want to get timed out. Well, talking about SMM is fine, but if someone's going to be racist, then you'll be hidden. You won't just be timed out. If someone refers to him as the word that he used, or anything like that, or the word that was used, or in regards to the other incident in a like a negative light, then sure. But like if you want to conversate about it, you're absolutely allowed to conversate about it. It just comes down to the intent behind what's being said. But if anyone says Ezra Mam is what Spencer Leniu said, then people get hidden. They're not getting timed out. So second tackle now. Wade Egan gives it off here to Walker, and Walker close 2 meters out here from the line. But conversation's fine. Third tackle, meter out. Wade Egan gives it to Tamati Martin. Then underneath, that's going to be potentially obstruction. No, they won't call it obstruction, but it will be Kurt Capewell taking down 5 meters out. Fourth tackle, short ball, nothing really going on there. Could he get the offload away? Can't do it. Fifth tackle, 2 meters away from the line, 3 minutes to go. Wade Egan at the back, good passing, doesn't have much going. Chanel Harris-Tavita will find a way though and will score. Chanel Harris-Tavita had to really find the gap just then. That was a difficult one. Like, it looked like the play had somewhat broken down. It's somewhat broken down from behind. But then he was able to flick that pass off nicely and then ends up scoring. So Chanel Harris-Tavita is looking at a double because everyone else has scored a double. Everyone here. Ali Leotawa twice, Tuivasa-Sheck twice, and Tony Torpigi twice. And now he's going to wait for Chanel to have his second. Jack O'Neill says, I found we have a louder fan base away from home, but even then it's an older group. Hopefully we get some young fans come through. But I don't know, man. It's a tougher atmosphere to be a part of somewhere. Well, you need someone to organise it. That's why what I was doing with the Titans, right? Like, they organised the away bay, technically, which was still, a bit up in the air at times at certain games. But, like, you need kind of someone like myself who would go out of their way to organise the fans in that section and actually create the noise and create the atmosphere. Because most people, when they go to games, they expect somebody else to do it. And even when that other person does do it, they don't join in because they just want to be a part of it, right? And this is something a lot of clubs don't understand, is that just because they're not immediately alongside you does not actually mean that they don't like to be a part of what is being created and whatnot. A lot of people will sit close or sit around because they want to be a part of it without being it. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of Raiders fans who do travel, I don't feel that they need to find someone. Like, you should stand up if you wanted to, but if you're a Raiders fan, you're watching this, like, you can do what I do at a great level with your fan base and it will be good, but you do need to be the one to stand up. Someone needs to be the one to stand up. Without that, then there's going to be nothing. It just won't be. Skungle says, I really like the Titans away trip crowds. Absolutely. Absolutely. But that's because we built that over a long time. The front line. Official sports guy with the Gold Coast Titans. It's because we built that, man. We built that. We built those away crowds. We were the ones who organised people who weren't meant to be sitting with us to sit with us. That's what we did. Lagan Ballsack says, I wonder the favourability in the NRL when Lenu gets 10 weeks for racism and Mam gets 9 for nearly... Well, okay, that's... Okay, well, now we're starting to get down a path. And a child for being in a car drunk without a licence. I definitely don't agree with Ezra Mam, but I definitely don't agree with the sentencing and all that type of stuff. But yeah, I think he'll cop a lot of boosters here. Ibrahim says, you reckon the Warriors will brag about this till the end of the season? No, they'll be happy with it. Like, they'll be happy with it. There'll be a lot of Warriors fans who'll say this is our year because of this, but, you know, it's been a good performance by them, but there's a reason and the context behind that. But you guys know that because you watch the game and you actually care about the context behind it. A lot of Warriors fans watching this will understand where I'm coming from when I say the context behind it is the Storm have absolutely no one playing today. The Storm are playing a week later than the Warriors. The Warriors are having to get going earlier because they play in Vegas in 2 weeks rather than playing, you know, in 3 weeks' time. The Storm still have another preseason game after this. The Storm, this is their first game. There's so much context here, man. It's in New Zealand. Like, there's so much context here, man. But just let them have it. Let them be excited. Let them be excited. So there we go, guys. That's going to be half time. That is going... Oh, no, still playing. The time went. Oh, that's dubious if they score this. Farlongo away. Farlongo flicks it back. They've still got the ball here, the Storm. And they flick it back again to Wishart. Wishart looks for something, kicks into the corner. There's nothing going on there. And that, my friends... Oh, they're going to break away themselves. Tainto Piggy. No, he just takes it over the sideline. So that would have been dubious if the Storm scored there because that was actually after the half-time went down. But then again, the buzzer obviously didn't go off. 36-0 half-time. Good performance there by the Warriors. Like I've been saying many times, a double for Tainto Piggy, a double for Roger Tuivasa-Sheck, and a double for Ali Leotawa. Shannon Harris-Tavita got a try as well. Luke Metcalf, 4 from 7, but it does look like it's a bit windy there and he's struggling with the boot. But he's still got 4 of them. The Storm playing with nobody. I don't read too heavily into this result and into this game right now. Second half could be a different story, but the Storm aren't winning the game. Results don't matter in preseason. So just be happy with kind of your performance, but also be understanding and aware that it really doesn't mean a great deal. But obviously hit that thumbs up button, guys. Subscribe if you're new around here. I feel like it's super humid here on the Gold Coast. I feel like I have to wash my face. I might do that in a second. Will the Storm score? The Red Knight says, yeah, I'll say the Storm score a try, especially when the Warriors start taking off their players. They'll score a couple, probably. I feel like the Warriors will hit 50, but the Storm will score a couple based on the fact that the Warriors will take off players inevitably throughout the second half and rest them up and kick them back because they've done their job. You know, their job's been done. Their job's been done. But yeah, in regards to the conversation there with Jack, the Eels are trying to create a active bay, which is nice. Good to see the Eels doing that. The Broncos don't have one, so if you're a Broncos fan, they used to try. They tried to have one, like the Stampede or some shit, but it was just, and they, after all the years of the Broncos fans slaughtering and slandering me for the drums, they tried to bring a drum, and they were using a drum in Suncorp Stadium for a little bit, but it just got shit canned. So the Warriors, they don't really... I don't think the Warriors have a specific bay, do they? I don't think they do. AFL God says, what's happening? Well, it's half time. That's what's happening. That's what's happening, man. It's half time. I don't think the Warriors have a specific bay. The Sharks used to have the drunk hill, and that's what they used to call it, the alcohol. It's the alcohol hill because the family hill's there, and then there was the drunk hill over there, which was quite dubious walking past quite a bit. I don't know if they still have that. Sharks fans, they still have that. Ibrahim says, what Lager meant to say is that Ezra should have had more time banned, but racism should never be tolerated. They both should have had way more time banned. No, I know what Lagan Ballsacks was trying to say, mate. It's just that I've got to be careful about what I say on a public stream. I've got to be careful about, even though that's not my opinion, what Lagan Ballsacks has said, if I read it, I still have a responsibility, and this is what a lot of people don't recognise in regards to social media pages. The conversation that you have is actually your responsibility legally. So if you initiate a conversation and then don't moderate the conversation, then you can be legally in trouble in regards to saying things about sports stars or people in general, you have to be super careful about the conversation that you initiate without moderation. Siongo says, how do you know what he meant to say? Broncos have the na bay. Oh, the na. No, there's no bay. There's no bay for that. They don't have like a specific area for their fans. I wouldn't say that they have a specific area. The Raiders kind of have Simon, but there's no like specific bay around that, I don't think. And then the Panthers don't have a bay. Obviously, the Roosters have got the Chook Pen, which is in turmoil right now, mind you. And then you've got the kennel, which died for a long time, but it is now kind of back, which is no surprise. But the kennel went away for a long time, and now it's back with the dogs. The Rabbitohs have the burrow, but that really has fallen off quite a bit recently too. I think that's really it. Because the Knights don't have anything either. Manly don't have anything. They just have the hill. I guess you could class the hill for Manly, but in the same sense, we as away fans usually sit around that hill or on that hill in like our base. It's not really a bay per se, but the hill is where the active fans would sit overall. But I'm going to go wash my face here, guys. It's quite hot here down the Gold Coast. I'm not going to be here for the Rabbitohs Manly game in the preseason, but I will be here for the Indigenous vs Māori game. I'll be back in 1 second, maybe a little bit too longer, 2 seconds, 3 seconds, maybe give me a minute. But I'm going to go wash my face quickly. Hit that thumbs up button, subscribe, and Broncos. More drama than Love Island. That was a good one, Sam. That was a good one. Is that right, Brenton? You sure about that? You sure you want to test me on that one, son? Is that right, Brenton? Our bay is the whole stadium, is it? Yeah? You sure? I've been there a couple times, man. Can sound like a library even when they're winning by a lot. You know it too. You know it too. Great fans, don't get me wrong, they turn up for their games. But it can absolutely sound like a library at McDonald Jones Stadium. And there's no disagreeing with that. Skunkle. Actually, did you come to Newcastle? You didn't come to Newcastle, did you, Skunkle? Hillbilly says nothing official, but Manly fans gravitate to the northern end of the hill. Away fans tend to favour the less crowded southern end. So we don't. It's not that we favour it. It's kind of that's where we're given. So down in like you know where I'm talking about. Yeah, I never hear any chant. Well, like we were for the first 20 minutes we were out chanting Brookvale, but then obviously our team then completely capitulated. And the Manly fans then took over. But until they started winning, they weren't giving us anything back. Like, I wasn't hearing anything from Manly fans. But then afterwards, it got quite loud. Newcastle only really have the Newcastle chant. That's it. And they'll only do it very sparingly. And it's like, it can get loud. But because the Knights always put a score past us, I would expect them to be loud at the beginning or in the middle rather than the end, because the end they've already usually won the game by a lot. But Newcastle can be a very quiet crowd too, like an extremely quiet crowd. I would honestly argue that when they are, and I'd probably say outside of the Titans, because the Titans, we don't have a huge fan base, so when we suck, we're not making a great deal of noise, but I do force the issue, and I do try to start a chant individually, and then hopefully people in the front line join, and hopefully other people join. But the Knights are a team that they have a lot of people who do go to their games, and they do have a passionate fan base, but they are not a loud fan base. They're not at all. I wouldn't say they're a loud fan base at all. Oh yeah, if we're getting flogged, we're quiet. No, I'm not even talking about that. I'm saying when you're winning by big. Every time the Titans come there, we get absolutely whooped. The Knights don't make any noise at all, really. At all. Besides the Newcastle chant. Newcastle! Like, I definitely know when you score a try, it's loud, because again, there's a lot of people there. It's just they're not very extravagant in their support of the creating chants and all that kind of stuff. Warriors was probably the best away crowd last year. No way. Our best noise that we made was Raiders. Canberra by far. Our best noise that we made was like as a fun time. Warriors was the most fun I had last year away for sure. It was definitely the most fun, the Warriors trip away last year. But no, Canberra was way louder. We dominated at GIO Stadium. Opposition crowd. Oh yeah, Warriors was awesome. Yeah, they were really solid. They don't start chants or anything like that, really. Like they do a little bit with the Warriors, but it's not like a consistent amount of chants. Is there anybody else? Like Dolphins, we absolutely whooped. Actually, here's the question for you, Skunkle. Would you say that we had a louder away bay at Dolphins or at Canberra? Because we had a really loud away bay at Dolphins. You can hear it on the TV too. What's the loudest chant you've heard in person? Well, besides myself and the front line. Like, which... Oh, it would be Warriors. Warriors got a good chant going at the back end of that game when they were, pumping our line in that last 5 minutes. Yeah, props. I would say Dolphins was the loudest. I remember hearing the Titans chant on TV last season. I think it was against the Broncos at Seabus. It was really loud. Probably. They turned that noise up and down though, right? They turn that noise up and down. All will be spoken about on Monday, Reese. All will be spoken about on Monday. Bulldogs versus Titans. No. Nah. Belmore was solid, but it wasn't anything crazy in that regards. No. And I'm being honest here. There's no bias there. And there's no reason for bias there, really. In regards to our fans, of course we were quiet, but I don't even know why. If that's the question you're asking, why you would ask that question. We got beaten 32-0. What do you want me to do? We got 32-0 put past us, and Tina went down injured. I don't understand what you'd want me to do in that situation. But in regards to home fans, I wouldn't say that it was out of this world loud. Tigers vs Eels spoon game was loud. Yeah, that's because the whole NRL got behind that, eh? Everyone got behind it. That was a bigger game than anything else in that last one. Naba says, how will the St. George Illawarra Dragons go this 2025 NRL ladder? Dragons will be interesting. They've got a whole different team this year. Let me quickly go have a look at their ins and outs. Dragons, gains, and losses. Dragons, gains, and losses. It's halftime, by the way, guys. Hit that thumbs up button and subscribe. The gains of Damien Cook, Emre Gula, Clinton Gutherson, Valentine Holmes, and Lachlan Ilias, with the losses being Jack Bird, Max Fiane, Ben Hunt, Zach Lomax, Jesse Marshke, Dan Russell, Savelio Tamale, Alec Tuitavake, and Paul Turner. It's I think a lot of Dragons fans are probably latching on to the history of Damien Cook rather than his current form. Emre Gula is okay at best. Clint Gutherson is definitely an above average fullback, but he's not an X Factor not an X Factor fullback. Val Holmes is a solid player. Ilias is a very risky one, but could pay off. Whilst their losses, Lomax is a big loss, and Ben Hunt is a big loss. I know Dragons fans hate Ben Hunt, but he's a big loss regardless. I don't see them making the 8 this year, but I do think they'll be competitive. I do think they'll give it a crack. They've got too much experience not to give it a good old crack, but I wouldn't put them in the 8 currently. Lagan Borsek says, no, the loudest away chance. Oh, no. I wouldn't say that. Again, that's Belmore as well, though. But I would say Like, I don't even think the atmosphere was incredible there. Like, I've been a part of losses where the atmosphere has been really good. I would say the atmosphere was fine at that game. But away crowds, your best that you're looking at. Again, I haven't been to the Roosters or Rabbitohs away in a long time because we don't play them away for ages. We play them this year, but won't be there. Warriors were very good, though. Warriors were very good. Yeah, dogs don't do chance. I agree, Skunkle. And that's what I'm saying. Like, the kennel is back, but they're not. But they are. Like, I just want to see them be a bit more consistent with it and really rocket those chants home. You know, it is all good with the Lebanese drums and whatnot. Like, that's great, but there needs to be more as well. If you know what I'm saying? Like, but then again, I'm coming from a perspective of continuity, loudness, and getting it all quite consistent. Yeah, it doesn't mean that other people think like that. That's just how I do. So second half of start here, third tackle of the Warriors at the 35 on their own side of the field. This is the first minute the Bulldogs Raiders chant the first minute. I don't even know why you're arguing this with us. Like, we're just giving you our honest opinions here, man. I don't understand why you get so offended when we talk about the Dogs. We're just being honest with you, man. Like, you asked us a question and now you're upset at us for giving you an honest answer back. Like, why ask the question if you can't handle the response? We're not insulting the Dogs here at all. Like, there's no insulting of the Dogs. But it's like, away fans wise, and this is a Titans fan thought process, right? You're asking Titans fans. So we don't even have a rivalry with you. First tackle here for the Storm, they're going to bring it out to the 13. You're asking Titans fans. So it's like, the Titans and Dogs don't have a rivalry. They have a little bit of something based on the Tino situation, but also just couldn't really care less about that. When we go to games, I will tell you who I think is good at it. Broncos are awful at it. All they do is their da-na-na-na-na-na-na-na, and there's no, like, Broncos, unless the stadium announcer brings it up. Plenty of worse teams than the Bulldogs in that regard, but you feel the atmosphere a lot more as well. I've been to Bulldogs games that aren't Titans games too. I've been to a Bulldogs Raiders game as well at Belmore. It was okay. It was fine. But I feel Bulldogs fans really emphasise on the Lebanese drums being like the key part of it. It's like, they sound cool, but it's not. That's not the be all and end all. I went to like 24 games last year. I experienced every team live. Did you, Skunkle? I'll let you have it. Jack O'Neill says, yes, the chant in the first minute of a game is a great sample size. And I'm talking about, like, the consistency of it, yeah. So third tackle now for the Eels, and not the Eels. Jeez, their jerseys looked at the Eels for some reason just then. Fourth tackle for the Warriors, and they're at the 45. Do you think Hunt will play more freely now that he's back home in Queensland? Back home is generous. Actually, I'll accept that because it's Queensland rather than Broncos. But freely? How much more free are you looking for him to play? He was still probably the Dragons' best player outside of Zach Lomax last year. Outside of Zach Lomax, I would say that Ben Hunt was still their best player. And you could make an argument that he's still their best player, but you'd give it to Lomax because he had an incredible year. Hillbilly says, do you reckon the loud music, artificial crowd noise helps or hinders the actual atmosphere at NRL games? EPL has amazing atmosphere and don't do any of that. Yeah, they don't really. Sometimes they do, but not really. NRL, it pisses me off because stadiums take advantage of it. They don't really read the play. They just wait for it to be an attacking set for the home team and then get the noise going in the last three. I think that's a strip from Aaron Clark. Yeah, it is. And they're going to break away here, the Storm. They're going to take the quick tap. They'll be taking out the 35. First tackle here. First tackle. So, like, I will say, it depends. Bulldogs were good with this. I'll give them credit for that. The Bulldogs were good with this. They didn't utilise that. Broncos are awful for it. Broncos are awful for it. They choose to get, like, and again, it's just to get their crowd riled up, so I get it. But Cowboys, another one where they just start a chant every 2 seconds. No one's chanting. It's just the stadium announcer. So Falongo, Storm, Morgan Harper taking down 13 metres out for tackle. Without being biased, Lomax and Hunt was the two worst players in the comp. Thank you, Aguero, for a very non-biased comment there that is absolutely beyond bias. Yeah, NRLW Broncos are the worst at stadium announcer, correct. That should be a penalty here to the Storm. Yep, it is. That is a penalty for taking it past the horizontal. The Warriors will struggle to make the top 8 this season, Patch says. I don't think they make the top 8. But I think that I don't think they're a bottom 4 team by any means. Actually, depends, man. Warriors fans will hate me saying this because they're up 36-0 right now, but you take away you put the context of this game, I still feel like the Warriors will struggle this year, but Fisher Harris could be a huge inclusion for them. Aaron Clark is an underrated signing too. Storm, second tackle, 5 metres away here from the line. Take the 2, Storm. They're on. They're on for the 2. Now the Storm third tackle. They're 4 metres away here from the line. 35 minutes to go here in the game. TV has microphones, stadiums don't. Yeah, you can tell when they want there to be... Like, people who watch on TV, I'll be completely honest with you, you have no idea what the atmosphere is like. You have no idea because they decide the volume of chants and they decide the volume of people in the crowd. You can tell because if you go back to the Titans Knights last game of the season, 2023, mate, we got a great chant going and we heard it across the broadcast, but usually... Oh, Storm! Oh, no, Warriors catch the ball on just outside their in goal, 1 metre out. Not a correct play the ball. Not a correct play the ball. Oh, they're going to call penalty to the Warriors. Penalty to the Warriors. And they put that chant on the broadcast. You could hear it was actually loudened. It was made to be really strong. But then you could have that exact same chant at any point in the 46th minute, the 33rd minute, the 21st minute, and you won't even hear it. So they choose it to enhance the game, but don't feel like just because you can't hear something doesn't mean it's not happening. I got people all the time messaging me saying, "Oh, I couldn't hear the drums at the game today." It's like, I didn't do anything different. I didn't do anything different at all. Dragons play the Roosters tomorrow. So we've got a big day tomorrow. Broncos, Titans, Dragons, Roosters, and... Oh, Warriors are away! Warriors are away! The 40, that was an awful kick. Awful kick, and the Storm will end up grabbing it. And now they're away at the 20, at the 30, and then they'll be taken down. Yeah, it's a big day tomorrow. That's right, Bulldogs, Tigers tomorrow as well. Bulldogs, Tigers will be an interesting one tomorrow. I don't know. I don't think Jerome will play. Actually, is he? The lineups would already be out. Third tackle now for the Storm at their own 40. I wonder if they would be out. Bulldogs, Tigers. Lachlan Galvin and Latufanu. Yeah, he's not. Tigers lineup is not strengthy. Out of all teams, you should be playing a strong lineup. Dogs lineup, Drew Hutchinson, Lagan Bullsacks, if you had about that. Lagan Bullsacks, Mr. Drew Hutcho. It's not that strong of a lineup here for the Dogs. It's their forward pack is stronger, but it's still not their full strength, obviously. But the back line's pieced apart in regards to youngsters coming through. But I will say, the Dogs kind of have leeway to not play a full team in this game. The Tigers should be playing a stronger lineup. Marty, just being honest, I think the Titans had more light blue than navy. What are your thoughts? We've already moved past this. I would still say the Titans are more navy blue than light blue. Especially their logo when you look at it. But the olden style would be lighter blue. First tackle now at the halfway point. Now second tackle here for the Warriors. They're still all over them. Appreciate you, Nada. Get around it. You know what, Nada? What do you think about the Dragons this year? I want you to be unbiased. I want you to be honest. Do you think that the Dragon... What do you think is the biggest benefit to the Dragons in 2025? Try and be honest. Don't just say they're going to win the comp, because they're not. But what do you think is the biggest benefit to the Dragons? Ben says, when the Dogs played against Manly in the elimination final last year, they made a lot of mistakes. 1 second. 4 tackle here for the Warriors. They're 5 out. They spread it out to Marty Martin. At the back again to Lussick, and he'll be 9 metres away from the line. Fit tackle. Great comment, by the way. Great comment. Fit tackle off to Marty Martin. Kicks it through. Far longer, grabs it, but he'll be taken in goal. So it's going to be a dropout. Good tackle from Dylan Walker. Won't claim the football. Do you think they will learn from that and be more composed? The Bulldogs are a wild card for me this year. 30 minutes to go here at the game, guys. Thumbs up and subscribe. The Bulldogs are a wild card for me. Them and the Eels. The Bulldogs are super wild card. Could they finish 4th place, top 4? Yeah, they could. Could they finish outside of the 8? Why is this Storm fan getting so raucous just then? Bro, you're watching a preseason game. Shush, man. Look at him. He's like abusing players or some shit. Am I misreading the situation? Because they're just showing the Storm fan over here. Brother, there's no way you're abusing players in a preseason game. I think the bloody Titans are going to be strong this year, the 4-patch. Please don't spam it, bro. Just put it into one comment, man. We don't need you to spam it, bro. We don't need you to spam it. We just want you to put it in one comment, man. Oh, brother, come on. Come on, man, please. Yeah, Mitchell's done that. Brother, when you're commenting, please just put it into one comment, man, not each, like, one. So that's going to be a Tane 12 picky knock on, and Storm pick it up, but they will get taken on the sideline, so it'll still be their ball. Drew Hutchison, the greatest ball running halfback of all time. Big fan. You and Sunder, big fans. Yeah, I'll be in Vegas, Jared. Yeah, I'll be in Vegas in 13 days' time, mate. Going on the Thursday, leaving on the Monday, but I'll be going to Hawaii right after. You know, get the old ukulele out and start doing the hip movements. That's what we're going to be doing, son. That's what we're going to be doing. What was I saying? Jack O'Neill says, who's going to keep track of the Dragons' taxes without Lomax this year? That's a fantastic question. Really. No one asked me, but I think we'll come 8th or 13th. No one asked you because you said that Lomax and Hunt were the worst players in the comp last year. That's why no one asked you. So it's a penalty to the Storm here. I'll get them out of trouble. It's another great trip. Oh, if you think that's a great trip, you wait to see what you're saying afterwards. But BKRtravel is where you need to go because we're going to be doing a whole bunch of vlogs over there in USA and then also in a few countries that you'll see on Monday when I put a video out. First 10 minutes, no points. No points, Leo. No points here, son. No points. That Storm fan is just mad they didn't win the granny. But there's no way you're abusing players in a preseason game. Hope Loffy does well tonight. Yeah, we've got a few players, JJ, tonight for the Titans. We've got Loffy, we've got JC, we've got Jacob Arlick as well. My big superstar. The big superstar, Jacob Arlick. Big superstar. Storm take it down to the 30. It'll be 4th tackle. No, still going. Get the offload away. Here we go. That's a good-ish run. By the way, I didn't really notice Stefano Wood-Tukamanu a great deal tonight. I'd love to have a look at his stats after this set. Out the back now to Tyron Wishart. Flicks it across. Storm will go through the centre. Up the Warriors. Love your commentary. My mate been following along for a couple of years now. Appreciate that, Tane. Appreciate that, man. Left-hand side here to Tyron Wishart. He'll kick this ball across. Chance for the Storm. They catch it, and they will score a try. And there's Kane Bradley that will score to make it 36-4 with the kick to come. Now, I want to go and have a look at the stats here for Stefano Wood-Tukamanu. Don't forget, guys, I won't be live with the Rabbitohs Manly, but I will be live for Indigenous versus Māori game. So Kane Bradley scores there for the Storm. Now, Wood-Tukamanu, he's played 53 minutes. He's got 45 run meters through 6 runs. 19 post-contact. 2 tackle breaks, that's fine. But defensively, very good. 20 tackles made, no miss. So you take that, Stefano Wood-Tukamanu. 20 tackles made, no miss is really nice. Only the one ineffective. Offensively, that's been quite dismal. Abysmal. Dribble. 6 from 40, 45 running meters from 6 runs is dreadful. But defensively, very good game from Kane Bradley. Not from Kane Bradley, from Wood-Tukamanu. For the Warriors, I want to see the meterage over here. 140 metres to Tane 12 picky. 24 post contact and 2 line breaks with 2 tackle breaks. How's he been defensively? He's had 1 error. He hasn't even had to make a defensive tackle on that wing. 21 tackles made, no miss for Aaron Clark. Oh, he's a beautiful man. He's a beautiful man, the big Ez. Oh, he's a beautiful man. 21 tackles, no missed. Gee whiz, what a bloke. What an absolute legend. Geez, Tamani Martin, 128 run meters with 46 kick. I'll take the 46 kick returns off. So he's about 70 odd. Dimitri Vaimalga, 7 runs for 75 meters. That's more like it. Bro, Aaron's had a game today. Aaron Clark has had a game today. 115 meters from 11 runs. No kick return meters, obviously. He's got 38 post contact. And he's also got a tackle break to his name. He's made 10 hit-ups with 21 tackles, no miss. That's a really good game from Aaron Clark, man. Is Aaron Clark the guy you wish you didn't lose in the GC the most? Or quality-wise, yeah, sure. Like, obviously, I was super close. Well, I was close with Ez, and I was also really close with Tan. So, like, I wanted to see Tan stay, but I get why he couldn't. But, like, quality-wise, am I missing anybody out here? Gold Coast Titans, gains and losses. But, like, off the top of my head, I would say, yeah. Like, he's a hard worker, bro. He's a tough unit. So we lost Tanner, we lost Ez, Isaac Liu, Seth Nicotemo, Keenan Palacia, and Aaron Shook. Yeah. It would be Ez. It would be Ez. He's a hard worker, brother. 8, Mo, Sammy 9, RCG 10, David. No, I've got to have Tino front row, brother. But I get where you're coming from. I get why you would do that. But Chris Randall deserves to be in the starting lineup. He deserves to be at 13. Gross says, if Loffy and Warbrick score, I get $100. No, you get $90 and you donate $10 here. Where is Sashin? He'll be happy with this result. Sashin? Sashin? This is Sashin. Aaron's minutes? Apparently he's played 53. But then again, I will warn you by saying this, I don't think they update the minutes here on this app, on the NRL.com. I don't think they give the right minutes. So it says 55, but I've noticed that there's been players with 80 that haven't played 80. So take that with a grain of salt. Hilbert says, Gutho will help the Dragons marshal on the defense from the back, being Flano Senior's ears, eyes and mouth on the field. I agree, but I will also say the Dragons defensively might be okay, but offensively I still worry for them. I don't think they've got much flair, especially in the halves. I don't think there's much like creative flair there. Whilst, you know, Damien Cook, if he can get back to his previous form, then sure, but recently he's not been the most attacking flair creative player in the last couple of years of the Rabbits. Maybe a new scenery can help him out. And Gutho is definitely not an attacking fullback. So, yeah, there's definitely still some concerns there with the Dragons. But defensively, yeah, look, I think that the Dragons will improve. But then you go and have a look at the Eels too, though. Like at last year's Eels, like defensively, they gave up 716 points. They gave up 716 points. The Dragons last year gave up 634. So, and that's not me saying that that's all Gutho's fault at all. I'm just saying that you bring Gutho across there from a team that had 716 points scored past them to the Dragons with 634 points scored past them. So their defense is still not that great. It's a penalty to the Storm here. I don't know necessarily how much that drastically improves the defense of the Dragons based off of Gutho. But yeah, he is a solid defensive fullback for sure. Mitchell says Stefano played. That's a $1 million a year prop. Yeah, he didn't really do anything spectacular today. I do like seeing them preseason games and players dusting off the cobwebs. Yeah, no, it's always good. No, it's always good, man. Just people shouldn't take these games seriously, but it's always good to see the players playing again. Tonight will be a fun one between the Indigenous and the Māori game. That'll be a fun one tonight. Hillbilly, you're right. Jared says, is Aaron Clark the guy? Oh, I read the comment. Lomax is a bum, poopy head. That's a comment. Don't know what comment that is, but that is a comment for sure. That is definitely a comment for sure. I didn't think I'd wake up today to see a comment from someone saying Lomax is a bum, poopy head. What on earth did I just read? Fourth tackle now for the Storm at the 25. Catching a Bulls game while you're there? Can't catch a Bulls game while I'm there, Jack. I was meant to go to the Blackhawks game, but I arrived that night. I just don't get in time. But I will be going to a Las Vegas Golden Knights versus New Jersey Devils game, who are two good teams, on the Sunday. And then I'm probably going to go to a University of Hawaii game. I'm there for too short of a time. I'm probably going to go back to Chicago at the end of the year. Blah, blah, blah. It's an average Storm fan. They haven't won a game in a while. They start to go crazy. Okay, fair, but good. Good. It's so hard to be a Storm fan. It really is. It's so hard. Man, what a tough history and a tough team they have to support. I really apologise. I feel sorry for the Storm fans. That's Storm fan. That's right. Sup, butter up the Warriors. Get ready, JJ. Sounds like a great trip. Yeah, it is a great trip. You're the superstar. Hey, Skunker, listen, I'm not going to say no. They go left-hand side here. Jacob Arlick, mate, that's the superstar if I ever did see one. That's the biggest superstar that ever did superstar. Jacob Arlick is the ultimate superstar of epic proportions. So go right-hand side now, off to Jackson Ford, he's going to be 30 metres out now from the line, 4 tackle. Do they play him more often in the front row now rather than the back row? Being a Storm fan must be as hard as being a Lakers fan. Oh, it's tough times. Yeah, real tough. Real tough. Man, it must be tough being like a Golden State Warriors fan right now, you know? Oh, bounces back! Knock on, Warriors. It's his first game as a dad, I think, for Jacob. Well, there you go. It's frustrating that Jacob doesn't have like an Instagram or anything like that to message him. His missus does. I think he just uses his missus one. But that is a knock on there from the Warriors. Because otherwise I would have sent him a message saying superstar. Rihanna says, I hope I'm pronouncing that right. I don't know if it's Rihanna or Rihanna. But hopefully having Holmes and Sully gives the Saints some strike power. Sully is good strike power. Can create some errors though. And then Val Holmes is a solid player. He's getting underrated based off of a pretty poor year last year, but he is a very, very quality player. And he's not too old at all. Like, he's nearing 30, right? So he is going to be a big addition there for the Dragons. It's just the issue in regards to defensively, they got up a lot of points last year. Attacking-wise, they weren't that great either with 508 points. Like, they scored less points than they were the 4th worst attacking. No, sorry, they were like the 7th worst attacking team in the comp, but it was just ahead of the Titans. You know, like, and teams like the Warriors, the Eels were better than them attacking wise. So yeah, they've got a lot of things to work out, the Dragons, but they're trying to change it. I just need to see it in plan and happen first. Jacob Alakwinki plays for the Titans, plays for Papua New Guinea. That's a knock on. No, it's going to be a penalty. It's going to be a penalty there to the Melbourne Storm. Take the 2. Take the 2. That was a top point scorer last year. Correct, but he's also playing for a Cowboys team that was fantastic attacking-wise. It wasn't all him. Val didn't have a great year last year. It wasn't his best year individually, but as a team, well, they weren't incredible because defensively they were awful, but attacking-wise they were one of the best attacking teams in the comp. So, yeah, but Val Holmes didn't have a good year last year individually. So I'm hoping for a bounce-back year this year. You know, it'll be interesting to see how he pulls back up going down there to Sydney, and especially considering he started out with... Hold on. Started out with Cronulla, and now is at their rivals, the Dragons. So that's super interesting. But no, look, I back him, man. Obviously, go to the Queenslanders. Scott Drinkwater defense is not fantastic, no, Ben. Hillbilly says, so where in the world will you be for 2 weeks for week 2, round 1? Got any idea? Week 2, round 1. Oh, I'm able to stream the Roosters game on the Thursday, because that's Wednesday for me, and I don't leave till Thursday. But I can't do the Friday games, but then I'll be in Fiji for the Saturday and Sunday games. So the only day I miss out on the week 2 of round 1 will be that Friday, which I don't think is anything spectacular anyway. It is the Tigers Knights, which I probably would have wanted to see for the Tigers, for Luai and whatnot, and then Dolphins Rabbitohs. But I will be here for Dragons Bulldogs, Manly Cowboys, Storm Eels. I will be here for those games, and also the Roosters Broncos game. But I just will miss those 2 games on the Friday night. Second tackle now for the Warriors at the 28. But I'll be in Hawaii for the Roosters stream. Yeah, Roosters versus Broncos. I'll be in Hawaii for. It's on like 11 o'clock at night. I think it's 11 o'clock or something like that. I think so. All right, so 4th tackle now for the Warriors. They spread it to the right hand at the 45. Step onto the inside, flick it off, and that's going to be taken down at 45. So you're going to stream Titans games while you're away? Yep. We're not going to miss a Titans game this year. It's going to be fun. It's going to be interesting dealing with people. It's going to be interesting, man, but that's what we do, son. That's what we do. That's what we do. Sounds like you're going to have a mad trip. No, it's going to be awesome, man. That's what I'm saying to everyone. Subscribe to BKRtravel because you're going to get the vlog here for the game. So the Vegas games will be a vlog on this channel. But over there, we've got the Grand Canyon helicopter tour that's going to be... We're going to do a vlog off. We're going to obviously have some great food there, even though, buddy, we had some Muppet Andrew Backhouse say that Chipotle was overrated, which is a disgusting comment. It's a disgusting comment from Andrew Backhouse. 4 tackle at the halfway line. We're going to do a few things. I want to go on one of those roller coaster rides at the top of the stratosphere. I want to do that. Mum won't do it She'll be too scared. But I want to do the one of those roller coasters. I don't think the roller coaster's there anymore. But there is that one that slides off the top. Mr. Skunkle over here couldn't handle that. He couldn't handle that at all. Can't handle spice, can't handle heights. The guy's an absolute cat. Andrew Muppet, absolutely, Ben. But you are too, but absolutely, I agree with you. But no, it's going to be an awesome trip, man. It's going to be awesome. We've got a nice hotel booked. As well. And it's like, Justin Sunday was trying to ask me what hotel I was staying in last night, and I was like, I can't say that here. I just threw out the Venetian Palazzo. So fit tackle at the 48, can't put that out here. And then someone's going to call up to the hotel and say, hey, I'm Blaze, I want to cancel my reservation. Muppet. I'm sure someone does that. So it's going to be a 7-tackle set now for the Storm, coming off their own 20. They are down 36-4. They haven't given up any points in the second half, so they'll be happy with that. They'll take that. You'll definitely take it. It's not been a fantastic second half. It's been pretty drab. But then again, I did say this, as they would probably take off most of their players, and the second half was pretty much going to consist of just the youngsters and whatnot, which is pretty much what we're seeing. By the way, Sam, is that you trying to say that you've been watching Love Island with that comment before? I feel like that's what you're trying to say. If so, Elmer, Muppet. So that's going to be a... no. Hey, listen, you don't have to lie to us, man. You might be in a Love Island, we get it, you know. I've been bloody getting into it. I think it's been funny as. What do you think is the average age of your chat? Average age of my chat, it'd be mid-20s. But there is a lot of young people. I'd probably be I don't know, actually. I'd probably say it's mid to late 20s. Maybe mid-20s. There is definitely a lot of young people that come through, though. The main audience would be 20 to 40, though. There is quite a few people who are older as well that understand it and get it. 4th tackle now for the Storm, and they're going to get this ball to the 45. Skuggle should be on Love Island. Hey, with that new haircut that he got at the end of last year when he was saying he was slick, get him on. You bring it right down, Aguero, Mitchell says. Warriors knock on, so it's going to be a 6 again now for the Storm. They're 30 metres out. They're leading the second half 4-0. Theo, who is a Titans fan, is pretty young. I do watch some of his streams. Theo? Do I know him? Titans streams? Oh, are you talking about the one who went over to England or something? And I think he came down. He came down to me at the front line once. Is that the one you were talking about? He does Titans streams. I've never seen anybody do a stream. I've never seen a Titans fan on YouTube ever, besides myself. What makes you think I'm young, Mitchell? A lot. So 13 and a half minutes to go of the game. Warriors will make a substitution. Bunty R4 comes off. He comes off. Yeah, this is just kind of finishing up now. Like, they're just... Hold on. There we go. All right, open that up. There you go. So Warriors ball at 10. This is kind of just like slowing down now. It's just getting through to the rest of the end of the game. Good run there, though, for the Wires. Yeah, Lomax is a bum poopy head. That's all I need. It's a good point, Mitchell. It's a very good point. I think there's a knock-on here from the Warriors. I think it might be a knock-on. Jeez, hold on. We're back. I'm 16, been watching since I was 12. Yeah, but you can't be surprised when people think you're super young when you're saying what you said before. So not that young? Nah, you're fine, bro. You're fine. 16 is still very young, but you're fine. It's not like an insult to say that's young. It's like I still consider 30 young. All right, 30 is still super young, but when you're 16, you think that's super old. Like 16, mate. When I was 16, jeez, I knew nothing. You think you know everything. It's not an insult to you. This is just me as a 30-year-old speaking. But it's funny how every year you realise how stupid you were the previous year or 10 years ago. Jeez. All right, so Warriors on fit tackle will get taken down at the 5. I don't think he does streams about Titans, but he streams on train rides and in his spare time sometimes talks about Titans games. So I'm thinking about the right one, right? You would have seen him on a Titans vlog of mine, I think. He's in England? I think he's in England. I reckon I cancel out Aguero on the average. Hillbilly, mate, you're a beautiful 26, alright? We'll go with that. Beautiful 26. Second tackle. Do you work at Donut King with 12 shy? Oh, man. Get around Dunkin' Donuts. Get around Biggie Bagel. Third tackle now for the Storm, and they'll spread it to the right-hand side. I don't even know if there's going to be a try in this game for the rest of it. No, I get that, Aguero, but there's definitely been harsher words said on this channel, so I'm surprised you went with that comment. Fit tackle. I really do want to get back to New Zealand, man. I know the Titans play the Warriors this year, but obviously you guys know I won't be there. I do want to get back to New Zealand and stay there for like 3 months, like go a bit more rural and whatnot. Because Auckland was fun 5 days, and Sam, I am talking about that, but I'm probably going to do that in January of next year. I'll probably do that in January. Do that road trip. So for everyone who doesn't know, I'm talking about to be fair, I'm mentally 10, correct. So I'm going to drive from the top of New Zealand down to the bottom, which doesn't take too long, but obviously I'm going to separate it across like a month or two. Mike Bales Salmon joined that and said, get a grip of yourself. Get a grip of yourself, mate. So second tackle now for the Warriors at the 50. 10 minutes to go here of the game. Hit that like button and subscribe. With that being said, probably a better idea anyway, because I'm probably not getting back from Thailand until November 11th or so. All right, third tackle for the Warriors. Can we see one more try? Just one. Any more tries? Couple hour drive. Yeah, but like you really... It's not like a couple hours, isn't it? Isn't it like 3 or... Isn't it like 4? Oh, but you got to catch the boat in between as well. Isn't it like 4 or 5 to get from the top to the bottom? I actually don't know. Hire a juicy van. No. No, I'm talking about from the top to the... Sorry, I didn't put that into words correctly. Isn't it like 4 or 5 from the top of New Zealand to the top island? So you got the North Island and the South Island. So from the top, which you can't actually go to the very top, by the way. There's like I've Googled it. You can't actually go to the very, very top. You can go to somewhere close by. And then to where the boat is. And then there's a boat for like an hour or something like that. And then down is like an extra 7 or so. I don't really know, to be fair, but there's no way it would be 20 hours from the top to the no way. That's not what 20 hours driving? No chance. From the top of New Zealand to the bottom, if you drove straight, no way. You're telling me that's longer than... Is it? To be fair, I'm talking with Kiwi here, so I should actually trust your words, but... Tank Tour Picky, 2 tries, 2 line breaks, and 111 metres today. He was very good. Nearly scored a third too. There's no way 20 odd hours. 20 hours? That's like driving from... Oh, here we go. Warriors in the left wing. They will cut it back in. 20 metres out. 18 metres out now. First tackle. 20 hours would be like driving from the Gold Coast to Adelaide, wouldn't it? I feel like that's got to be well wrong. It's 2 islands, North and South Island, Ben. So third tackle here, 8 metres away here from the line. 28, you're lying. There's no way. There's no way it takes 28 hours from the top of the North Island to the bottom of the South Island. 20 hours is longer than Gold Coast to Adelaide. Put money down. No, I don't want to put money down, but that just makes no sense. 30 hours. I just don't understand how that's longer. Like, how is Gold Coast to Adelaide? You had the advantage of Google, Samuel. Gold Coast to Adelaide is 22 hours. How are you telling me that's longer? How is it 8 extra hours? I literally mapped it. I know, that's what I'm saying. You have the Google Maps as your advantage. I just don't understand. It's only 22 hours to Adelaide from the Gold Coast, but top of New Zealand North Island to South Island. Because it's also classing the 3.5 hours on the ferry though, but like that's still then going to be still 24.5, which is still longer. You don't drive in a straight line. There you go. That's a good point. That would make sense. That must be really wonky roads though. Well, I guess it's like Suva-Nandi in Fiji is like if you were able to drive a straight line, it'd probably take you like half an hour to an hour. But with it being all across the coastline, it takes you like 3 hours. All right, second tackle now for the Warriors. 3 hour ferry. 3 hours isn't much. 3.5 is the actual mountains included, I guess. Yeah. All right, so third tackle for the Warriors now. 6 to go. I'm disappointed Tanner wasn't playing today. They didn't give Tanner a bit of a crack. I would love to see Tanner get out there. Good passing here. They might score again. At 20 at the 10. Cuts in. Flicks it back. Shouldn't have flicked it back. It's going to be a dropout from the Melbourne Storm. Shouldn't have flicked it back. Should have just let that play out. Should have just let that one play out. But instead it will be a dropout here. Tan won't be in the 17, unfortunately. If he was going to be in the 17, he would have been playing. Unless he's injured, that I don't know about. Alright, so there's like an itinerary here. So it's 2,215 kilometres. Oh, it's a 15-day tour, like itinerary thing here you've got. Auckland to Kaitaia. Kaitaia to Bay of Islands. But you're starting in Auckland. That's not north. Oh, okay. So it's a 4-hour... So the South Island must be like super long to drive. Because it's only 4 hours from Auckland to the northern tip. It's going to be a HIA here for one of the, I think, Storm boys. Yeah, it is. Number 28 here for the Storm. Oh, shit, clicked the wrong thing here. Number 28 for the Storm is... Cape Ranga Lighthouse to Bluff, yeah. It's only 4.5 hours to Auckland from Cape Ranga. 28 here for the Storm is Tuipulotu Katoa. A lot of Katoas in the league nowadays. Second tackle now for the Warriors. Lussick will be taken 3 metres away here from the line. Third tackle. 5 minutes to go of the game. Can they hit the friggin' 40? They haven't scored in the second half. Fourth tackle, 1 metre out. They have not scored in the second half so far. It was 36-0 at half time. And they get it out. That's going to be good defense if they hold on to him. No, they tripped him up late, luckily. But still got the offload away. No, they're going to say it was fit tackle. All right, last play here for the Waz. Still, I can't believe they didn't score a single try in the second half. And the Kane Bradley, the Storm, will grab it at the 7. So Auckland to Kaitaia, yeah, because you can't actually go to the northern tip. The northern tip is actually not Cape Ranga. It's actually not. But it's like a governmental conservation place that is the actual northern tip of the North Island. But you're not allowed to go to there, son. So this will probably put the Warriors into third. No, they'll go to second because they got that draw. So go second. The Dolphins still play next week against the Titans, but for today, the Warriors will finish their preseason in second, but obviously they'll drop off by the end of it because of that draw that they had with the Sharks last week, 12-12. And that's going to be a penalty to the Storm. Oh, well, I hope you guys enjoy that next game. I'm a bit busy. I can't stream the Rabbits Manly, but I will stream the Indigenous Multi tonight. And then we've got a big day, 3 games tomorrow that we'll be streaming. At very minimum, we'll do Titans, Broncos, and probably Bulldogs, Tigers. Dragons, Roosters, I want to do because I want to see, actually, what's their lineup like? It'll actually completely depend on the lineup for the Dragons, Roosters, because 3 games is a lot. Oh, Dragons are playing like a full-strength team. Shit. Clint Gutho, Val Holmes, Sulu, Flanagan, Ilias, Damien Cook, Leilua, DeBell and Sewell. Wow, the Dragons are going all out, dude. Dragons are going all out, dude. Okay. Storm, half a metre short, 4 tackle. The Roosters, they got Wanga, Nita Waisei, Dominic Young. They're also going full strength. First time ever you nearly see the Roosters going with a pretty strong lineup there into the preseason. I don't think it does, Hillbilly. You'll need a VPN. 5th tackle now, 5 out. But actually, I shouldn't even say this. I don't know. That's going to be... Actually, no, I can't remember, Sam. Did it work? That's a try to the Storm, by the way. So it's going to be 36-8 with a kit to come. And then right in front, so it'll make it 36-10. Actually, that's a good question. I can't remember. I think I needed to use a VPN, didn't I, Sam? When I was streaming when I was over there. I think I did. Yeah, KO didn't. Yeah. So you'd have to have a VPN. So for the Storm, it was Ben Tulty who scored a try there. He does put it down. You had to get a sub to Sky Sport. That's right. Yeah. So I didn't even use a VPN. I literally subbed to Sky Sport or some shit. So there you go. I do know, actually. And that is that it does not work. New South Wales Cup career, 77 games, 19 tries. For Ben Talty. I wonder who he plays for. Maybe Sunshine Coast or maybe the Bears. I don't know. Alright, so to kick it from right in front, it's a bit more of a respectable scoreline now for the Storm. Like, they'll win the second half 10-0. The Warriors won the first half 36-0. You can get the Host Plus Cup over there, yeah. What's your main focus coming into the Titans game tomorrow? Main focus is just seeing how the boys go together, man, and seeing... I don't think that'll be the halves of AJ Brimell and Fozza, but, the Titans have got a much stronger lineup in there. I do expect them to win, considering the Broncos lineup, but also I know my Titans too well. I'm confident, but I just want to see the team come together, man. I'm not going to make any judgments, really, until 5 or 7 rounds in. And I'll hold my reservations until. But I believe that the Titans have plenty of stars in the team. They do have plenty of good players, but it's just about bringing them together. The forward pack is amazing. They've got an incredible forward pack. And the back line is good. It's attacking-wise very fun to watch, but defensively can be inept at times. So there's a lot to prove for the Titans this year. A lot to prove. But preseason, man, you can't take it too seriously. You just got to look at individuals. First tackle now for the Storm, and they're 20 metres out from their line. Minute 14 to go here of the game. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up button and subscribe. Don't forget to go check out BKRtravel over there in the pinned comment. Second tackle for Melbourne at 30. And if you are new here, these preseason streams are all predominantly discussion streams rather than commentary. Because it's difficult to do a play-by-play commentary of a game that doesn't have a result, realistically. No injury is the most important thing for everyone this week. Touch wood, absolutely. I'm currently touching wood. Currently, it's number 23. I love his hair. Number 23 for the Warriors. He's got a great Rasta haircut there. 23, Geronimo Doyle. Well, I've definitely seen him before. Geronimo Doyle. I know that name. I must have seen him before at some point. 23 seconds left here at this game. Warriors fans, be happy with it. Second half was a bit whatever, but, Warriors fans should be happy with it. I don't know who wins that first game, that Warriors-Raiders game. It'll be an interesting game, actually. Oh, Doyle rules. I don't know. Actually, that's a good question. I'll ask the chat. Who do you think wins, Warriors or Raiders in Vegas? It's a tough game to predict, actually. Sharks Panthers is 2. Warriors flick on the inside. They knock it on, and it is Storm ball, and it is game over, man. Game over. Warriors win 36-10. Good performance there by Tane Tuapiki. Good performance by quite a few of the guys, to be fair. Rod Tuivasa with a couple of tries. Didn't mind Luke Metcalf and what he was doing. Overall, Warriors win. Doesn't matter. It's pre-season, but good signs there for the team. We will be back in about 4 hours or so for the next game, which is the Indigenous versus Māori All-Stars. I won't be here for the Rabbitohs Manly preseason game. We'll be back for the games tomorrow for the preseason in the NRL, but we will be doing the Indigenous versus Māori games. I'm looking forward to that one. I hope you guys enjoyed. Hit that thumbs up button, subscribe, get around it. Rubber League is back. Fire it up, son. And good win for the Waz. See how they go into the season, son, because that was their last preseason game. All right, I'll see you guys next time. Thanks for watching. Catch you later. See you.